Hey guys, Pierre Pernjat here, and thanks so much for joining me today. Today's topic is going to be pretty simple, guys. Is how do you get your team or your brokerage re-engaged after any life-altering situation, right? Now, currently, obviously, we're all dealing with COVID-19, and I understand that. And how do you get your agents re-engaged? How do you get them back on track, right? So that was a question that was posted in another group that I was following by a broker in Missouri, in a small market Missouri. And her question was specifically, how do I get my agents re-engaged after COVID-19 with a Zoom meeting that's long overdue? Okay, so that's a fantastic question. And when I thought about it before I replied, I said, okay, how do we approach this? First of all, it was kind of twofold. If you paid attention carefully to the question, is how do you get them re-engaged on a Zoom meeting that's long overdue? Which leads me to believe that she hasn't really been in contact with her team during this situation, right? Hasn't checked in on them individually, or maybe she has, but maybe not everybody, right? So that's an assumption on my part. But assuming that's the case, the first thing you're going to want to do is, let's get personal, guys. This is no longer the time for an email notification, a text. This is pick up the phone, call your team, right? One-on-one, dedicate the time. Put your cell phone away, turn off the computer, do what you got to do, stay focused with your team, right? Give them a call, let them know that you're going to have a meeting that you'd really like them to attend. You think it's going to be very beneficial. It's going to be an opportunity for the entire team to be together at one time and share about exactly what's going on, hear their thoughts, address their needs, and focus on how do we recover from here, right? Once you've done that and you set your Zoom meeting and you've done everything else, my suggestion again would be to start off with addressing your team, letting them know that this is the time to have them be heard, to see what they need and how you can help them improve, right? So as a team leader, I would go to my team and say, listen, what can I do for you, each and individually, to help you get back on track? Do you need more help with, marketing, lead generation, or do you need more help with time and support? Whatever it is, I want to make sure that I offer them the full support they need, because everybody's mindset is at a different level at a different time, guys. So not one fit is for everybody the same, right? So that's the most important thing. I would start with addressing that I'm there to help them get back on track whenever they're ready to do it. I'm not going to force them to get into something they're not ready to do yet, right? Then I like to lead with video, guys. I like to share a video. One of my favorite videos to share for mindset is a video by Les Brown called the Chinese bamboo tree. Now, the Chinese bamboo tree, guys, is a story that Les Brown shares in his motivational speaking about perseverance, dedication, and consistency, right? And understanding that life is going to happen, right? And no matter what life throws at you, you've got to go through it, right? And you've got to come out the other side better than the way you entered it, right? And that is exactly the situation right now. There's a lot of people in the country right now, guys, that are better off than you are and worse off than you are because of COVID-19. And everybody's going to come out of it differently, okay? But you have to focus on the task at hand, and how do you do that? So that video is a great way to set off the meeting to get the mindset in the right direction. Once the video is complete, I'm going to allow each one of my team members to have a few minutes to share their concerns, vent, share their fears if they have any, right? Let them get that stuff off their chest, right? Let them speak in a very safe, unjudgmental fashion. Just let them say their piece, right? Whether you agree with what they're saying or not, this is a moment for your team to get whatever pent up information is on their chest off their chest, right? Once that's complete, now it's your turn. You've got to take the helm, right? Remember, you're the captain of the ship. So the boat and the sails go the way you direct it. You can't control the way the wind blows. You can only control your sails. So it's your job to lead by example. This is the time where if it's going to be about lead generation, you're side by side with your agent doing the lead generation. You're not sitting in your office returning emails or calls. You're dedicating time to your team. If you want your team to re-engage and get back on track, you need to re-engage and get back on track. That is super important, guys. Leading by example is the biggest thing and the best thing you can show your agents, that you are with them side by side, not in front of them and not behind them, but side by side with your team, because ultimately it's a team, right? It's a collaboration, it's a partnership. So understand that. If you do that, guys, you will not only show your team how to come out the other side, you'll hold their hand as you all come out the other side together, which I think is a fantastic way to go. Listen, what I'm sharing here is just my thoughts on one particular question an agent had put up in Facebook on another group. But that doesn't mean that it's the only right answer, right? Collaboration Station, guys, was built for a group to challenge each other and make each other better. I really want to know, how would you handle this situation? Assume you had a team of 2 or 3 agents or a brokerage with 100, 200 agents. How do you handle a life-altering event? And guys, it could be COVID-19 today. It could be a natural disaster tomorrow. It could be, God forbid, a death in the family. You can't control when life happens. We understand that, right? You have to take every situation, learn from it, and make sure it doesn't take you that far off track next time something else in life happens. So what happens in COVID-19, it hit us by surprise. Okay, so now you've got to get back to digital marketing. So social distancing. Are you up to speed on your emails and your videos and your social media content? If not, wow, great. Lesson learned, move on. And if anything like this happens again, your process is in place to succeed, right? These are the things that we have to always focus on to understand that we're adapting our business and growing our business and building processes and procedures throughout our career to avoid major pitfalls, no matter what life throws at us, guys. No matter what life throws at us, we have to persevere. We have fiduciary responsibility to our clients that may be experiencing those situations differently than you are, and you still have a responsibility to them. So you've got to get it together, pull it all in, and have your process. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. I got into the business in January of 2010, and most notably, everybody I talked to told me I was crazy. It was probably one of the worst times to get into real estate. Short sales were rampant all over the place. We were just coming out of the 2007 debacle with the banking. I had previously been in banking and had to go back to a previous job just so that I could pay the bills, right? All of that was there for me and said I shouldn't have been doing it. But when I did do it, and I didn't have the option to fail for myself, I created some fantastic habits, which leads me to believe that you will create the best of habits in the worst of times. So what that's going to do for you guys is saying that if you create fantastic, foolproof processes and habits right now, when times are a little bit more difficult, based on the mindset of other people and what they're sharing, the doom and gloom is everywhere around, but you create ironclad, solid processes and habits right now, when things turn around and you're implementing those same processes, guys, you're going to be, your results are going to be limitless. You will literally grow leaps and bounds just by applying the same process. Consistency, process, procedure, no matter what life throws at you. Doesn't mean you can't, take a step back and say, oh my gosh, this was tough. Yeah, absolutely it's tough. But we don't stay at tough. We break through tough and we get to the other side. Love your comments, guys. Please share them. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Get their feedback. Get it back to me. Let me know what you're thinking. I really want to learn. This is not about one person's opinion. It's about a collaboration and challenging each other so that we can be better. I hope to bring you guys more videos, and I hope you guys got some value from this one. Really wanted to just share that with you. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care.